Welcome back, reception. Hopefully you've got your story map that should look a little bit like mine. Don't worry if you've got different pictures. For example, you might have different toys in your basket, in your wok, or you might have different food in your wok. That's okay. As long as you have pictures that represent each part, then we're good to go. Now, I'm going to start telling the story using our story map. I'm going to point to each part and tell each part of the story. What I might do is pause at certain parts and ask you to tell a section of the story to your helper, your teddy, or to me on the screen. If you can't remember a certain part, or there's information that you think you need to say but you can't quite remember, that's okay. Keep it nice and simple and just use the pictures. I might say a few extra parts and that's okay as well. Okay, I'm going to start. One day there was a family in China called the Zhang family. Now the Zhang family were very poor and didn't have a lot of money. Now they also had a special celebration coming up called Chinese New Year, but they didn't have enough money to buy lots of lovely food and lots of lovely toys. So the little boy Ming felt very sad. One day his mother sent him to the market to buy some eggs. At the market he met an old man who said, "Hello, little boy. I see you have some eggs. Would you like to swap for my wok?" Ming said, "No, of course not. We wouldn't have any food if I did that." Just at that moment he heard the wok start to sing. Well, Ming thought, if it can sing, surely it can do other things as well. So he did. He swapped the wok for the eggs. And off he went home. Well, his mother was very, very sad when he got home because she said, "We now have no food to have for tea." Until the wok started to sing again and asked the mother to give him a really good clean, and he promised that he would go and do some magic. And so she did. And no sooner had she cleaned the wok, out he sped through the door and all the way down the lane. Now I'd like to pause here and I'd like you to retell this little bit of the story here to your helper or your teddy or to me on the screen. And we're going to stop at that little part there where the wok goes tumbling down the road and we're not quite sure where he's going to go at that point. Okay, pause the video now and retell the beginning part of the story. Off you go. Super job. So let's pick up from here. The wok went tumbling off down the road all the way to the Li family. Now the Li family were the rich family in the town and they weren't very kind. They didn't share their money and they didn't share their food with any of the other poor people. They kept it all to themselves. They noticed the wok and said, "Look at that old dirty wok. Well, at least we can fill it up with all our delicious food." And they did. They piled it full of hot steaming dumplings and delicious freshly cooked fish. But no sooner had they put the wok on the table, he sped off back to the Zhang family. They were astonished and overjoyed when they saw all of the food in the wok. And they had a wonderful, wonderful tea. As soon as they'd finished, off the wok sped again. This time, can you remember where he went? That's right, he went to the Sun Lee's market stall. And what did he sell? Yes, that's right, he had a toy stall. So, as soon as the Sun Lee saw the dirty old wok, he said, "What is a dirty old wok doing in my lovely, shiny toy stall? Well, at least I can put some of the extra toys and fireworks and books in there." But no sooner that he did that, the wok sped off back to their Zhang family. And again, they were overjoyed to see all the fireworks and the toys. Ming couldn't believe it. He'd never had so many toys in his life. As soon as they'd emptied out the wok, off he sped through the door again. This time he went to Mr. Lee's office, where he was busy counting lots of gold coins. "Who is this horrible dirty wok? Who has brought this horrible dirty wok to my office, making it all dirty?" he said, and he picked up the wok. Well, at least I can put all my extra gold coins in there, I suppose. And he flung piles upon piles of gold coins into the wok. No sooner had he done this than off he sped again, all the way back to the Zhang family. Now the Zhang family couldn't believe their luck, and they decided to throw a party for everybody in the village. They had wonderful food, they had fireworks to celebrate Chinese New Year, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time. Everybody had a fantastic party. Now, while everyone was busy having a wonderful time at the party, the wok quietly slipped off through the door, and he went back to the Li family's house. Well, they were furious to see the wok again. Look, it's that old wok again, come to steal all our things. And the wok said to them, I dare you to chase me. And they did. They all started trotting off after the wok, but the wok was too clever. And he stopped suddenly, and in fell all three of the Li family. In they went, and they started shouting, help, somebody help us. But nobody heard them, they were too busy at the party. Off spun the wok over the hills and the mountains, with the Li family still stuck inside, and they were never seen again. Now, the Li family back in the village used the money to open up a shop, and they sold woks of all different sizes. And every year they had the most wonderful New Year's celebration to thank everybody in the village for always being there for them and for always being kind. And that is the end of our story. Super job. Now what I'd like you to do now is to use your story map to tell your teddy or someone in your house the story all the way through. Now you've told the beginning part really well. You did a super job. But this time you're going to tell the whole story. See how you get on. Remember, keep your story map nice and safe because we might be needing it later on in the week. Good job, reception. See you later.